Hey gang, what's up? Welcome back here to another edition of Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys checking out today's video. And guys, today we're going to be talking about Bassmaster's decision that they came out with today, that they decided not to fight the good fight, and they're going to continue to allow live scope and forward-facing sonar in the 2024 Elite Series season. So I've got some thoughts on this and some commentary that I want to share with you guys, and I'll be curious to get your guys' feedback as well. But real quick, guys, before we get started, I just want to remind you, you've probably seen it this week, that Solarback came out with my new Signature Series glasses, the RB3 series. And these have the new crystallized gray matte finish frames on them that really reduces the light reflection, keeps your head really cool. Man, these things are freaking awesome. They feel great. Great optical clarity on the lens. I'll put the Solarback link in the description if you want to try a pair out. Much appreciated there. Okay, guys, here it goes again. The never-ending, the never-ending battle against, technology that's threatening the sustainability and the future of our sport. We covered this a lot. I'll continue to do it. But anyway, everybody was sort of optimistic over the past couple months because there was a lot of movement that the anglers made to ban forward-facing sonar from the Elite Series competition. There was a big push amongst a lot of the Elite Series pros. The public has been overwhelmingly supportive about not allowing forward-facing sonar in the Elite Series and tour level events. They feel it degrades the integrity of the sport. And from all indication that I've seen, Bass was under a lot of pressure to make a decision on this, and they caved, guys. Bassmaster caved to the electronic companies. They caved to the vocal minority of anglers out there that don't have the ability to fish and catch fish through regular bass fishing means. They have to look at video games, and they're going to allow forward-facing sonar and all of the dangers that it comes with it to continue for the 2024 season. Now, one of the things I want to talk about here, guys, is you hear me, I've been critical of Bassmaster over the past year, and I want to reiterate a couple different things on this, why that is. First of all, I love bass, and I've been with Bassmaster. I'm a lifetime member. I've been fishing Bassmaster tournaments longer than most guys that are running Bassmaster right now. I've been their biggest fan and biggest advocate about it. In my opinion, they are bass fishing, and that's why I expect more out of Bassmaster than I do MLF. I'm not taking anything away from MLF, but guys, the reality of the situation is Bassmaster is considered the premier professional bass fishing organization on this planet. It always will be, as long as they have the Bassmasters Classic. Ray Scott started the organization. Their tradition is behind the organization. Everybody that is making a career out of bass fishing now can thank Bassmaster for it. They simply, I hold them to a higher standard, and that's why you hear me talking about it more. And I'm not trying to belittle the organization or undermine it. I'm trying to help them out by doing this. I'm trying to sort of like be a parent and give somebody good advice on something that's going to harm their kids in the future if they don't change their ways. But anyway, guys, there was a tremendous opposition building over the past year against the expansion of allowing forward-facing sonar technology and live imaging in the tournament competition. And a lot of this has become, we've seen the sport is no longer recognizable. You know, like I said, a lot of people feel that Kevin Van Dam retired from the sport because he couldn't keep up, with the 20-year-old, live scopers. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying that's what I'm hearing from everybody. A lot of the traditional hammers out there are falling by the wayside, and they're being taken over by, the younger generation of anglers that do not have the background or experience and skill, but they can put that forward-facing sonar down in any lake across the country and just read a video game. That's the reality of the situation. And in doing so, it takes away the integrity of the sport amongst 20 or 30 other things that it takes away from. We've been over this 100 times. I don't want to rehash it with that, why it's a bad deal. But anyway, make no mistake about it, guys. The public opposition to forward-facing sonar and what it means and what it brings to the sport is huge. And you have a vocal minority of anglers that are basically only concerned about here and now and themselves, that keep this, at the forefront and keep it legal. And you have the pressure from the electronic companies. Guys, I've talked to a ton of my buddies that are sponsored by electronic companies this year, and they put a gag order on them. They basically said, you keep your mouth shut when it comes to forward-facing sonar if you want to have any association with this company. That is just ridiculous. It's like, it's dark is what it is. And the whole thing about this is the reason that I am so adamant about this. It's not about YouTube clicks. It's not about this or that, guys. I take the heat. I get hate mail. I get threatened all the time. I lose subscribers. My life would be much easier if I didn't even talk about it. But I'm at the point where I want to leave something better than I found it here. And it's not with forward-facing sonar, guys. Our fisheries and the sustainability of our fisheries and the quality of our fisheries and the tradition of bass fishing is degraded by this technology. It's not improved. There's nothing that's improved by it. The only thing that forward-facing sonar has done is pad the pockets of the electronic companies and allow anglers that have not put in the dirt time and not put in their due diligence to compete against guys out there that have spent decades perfecting their craft and mastering their craft. I don't care about me. I'm no longer a full-time professional tournament fisherman. I had my day in the sun. I've made my classics. I've won my Bassmaster tournaments. I don't care. It's not about me competing. I'm just a signpost point in the way here. But Bassmaster did not make the right decision here. They did not fight the good. They're not fighting the good fight. They punted the ball in favor of the electronic companies' subsidies, sponsorships. They punted the ball in light of the loudmouth vocal minority of anglers out there that are unable to compete without live scope. And it's really a tragedy for the future of our sport. It is. I mean, like I said, I've done plenty of videos on the reasons why. We've talked about this before, but I'm just severely disappointed at this decision. Bassmaster sent out an email today to the Elite Series pros, informed them of this. I've talked to a bunch of my buddies that are really, really mad about it. They're really disappointed in the decision. And it's a sad day for the sport. It's a sad day for Bassmaster. It's a sad day for the direction our sport's headed in. But we can't give up the fight, man. We can't. I mean, the only thing that's going to save it at this point is, if you guys have been keeping up with it, the state conservation departments and fisheries managements, they're taking a more critical look at this technology all the time. And they're slow to move, guys. Those people do not move fast. But eventually, if they come out through studies that show that this is having a severe impact on the future sustainability of our fisheries, that's gonna shut it down to some point. But again, that's just not the point. That's only one small part of it out there. There's a list a mile long, a reason why it's not good. But when you have a piece of technology that you can scan in front of the boat, around the boat, whatever, and you can see a fish moving in live time, and you can make a cast to that fish that you're watching, and you can see how that fish reacts to your lure, and it doesn't react just right to your lure, you can put that lure down, you can make another cast with a different lure, watching the fish in real time, live time, until you figure out what is going to trigger that strike. You have moved past the realm of fishing into an aspect of this sport that is just an insult. It's an insult to the fish. It's an insult to the sport. It's an insult to the anglers that do it. And again, make no freaking mistake about it, guys. It's all about money. This entire forward-facing sonar crap that we find ourselves in is here simply because of money. Nothing else behind it. There's nothing good that this brings to the sport whatsoever, other than a degradation of our sport and a threat to the sustainability of our fisheries. So anyway, all you guys out there that get it, let's keep fighting the good fight. It's not over yet. This is just a setback Bassmaster just simply did not have the courage or understanding to make the right decision. Not only Bassmaster, but MLF still endorses it too. There are some organizations that are making a move against it. Other species organization, musketeers, that type of stuff, are putting a stop to it. And we'll keep fighting, because it is the good fight to fight. I can assure you with that. So again, thanks everybody out there that's got my back on this and supports and has been supportive of this. It's the stories I could tell you about the opposition of the vocal minority is quite disturbing out there, but I'm up to it. So I'll keep working on it, guys, and I'll keep, like I said, fighting the good fight here. And thanks for your time watching the video. We'll see you guys later.